A very warm welcome to everyone for today's class. I hope everyone is keeping well and is excited about the lecture. So, my name is Jayashree Domala, and I am a first year computer science graduate student at the Rutgers University. And today we will be learning about HTML list. I will be using presentation slides, and also we will have a code along session to understand the concepts better. I'll just share my screen right now. So, the prerequisite for this class is basic knowledge of HTML. But don't worry, I will quickly go through the important concepts that are needed for this class and also the curiosity to learn. So, starting off the lecture, on a daily basis, we all access various websites. For example, our savior of all times, Google, or even our go-to pastime, Netflix. So, all these websites are built using various coding languages, but the backbone to all these websites is HTML. So, now what is HTML? HTML is the abbreviation for Hypertext Markup Language and it helps us to create websites. And we need it because it helps us to describe the structure of a web page. Now, your next question would be, but how does this exactly describe the structure? So, HTML has elements that tells the browser how to display the content. Let's understand this with the help of an analogy. Let's take the English language and HTML. So, in English language, we have grammar rules and basic elements like nouns and verbs, and these help to form sentences. In the same way, HTML also has its own elements which are used to build a website. So, let's dig a bit deeper into HTML elements. How are they represented? So, an HTML element always starts with a start tag, some content, and an end tag. The tag is always enclosed in angular brackets. So, the start tag is denoted by angular brackets and the tag name, and the end tag is denoted by the angular brackets and a forward slash with the tag name. There is one important thing to note that if there is a start tag, then there has to be an end tag too. So before we look into the further concepts, let me introduce the editor which we will use to write the code and view the web page. There is an online editor, so it will be compatible with all the devices and will be easy to use. You can refer to the link that is displayed or just search for W3 School's HTML editor and click on the first link and you'll be good to go. So I have typed W3 School's HTML editor over here. So this is the first link. Just clear the code area and run it once. So we will have a blank code area and also a blank result page. Now, let's look into the basic elements which we will be using further while creating our list. So the first and foremost element is the doc type HTML. Now, this declaration defines that the document is an HTML document. So let's go to the editor and type it. I would request everyone to like code along with me because this will help to understand how HTML exactly works. So let's start with our first declaration, which is doc type HTML. That's our first tag. Moving on to the next tag is the HTML element, which is the root element of the HTML page. And it basically signals that from here we are going to write our HTML code. So let's write our HTML element. And like I had mentioned before, every time there is a start tag, there has to be an end tag. So now we have the start tag HTML. It is important that we close it also. So we have the open bracket, the slash HTML, and the close bracket. So this is done. Now let's move on to the next element, which is the head element. This contains all the meta information about the HTML page. Basically, the stuff that is meant for search engines or other computer programs. One example of a tag would be title, which is always shown on the browser's title bar. So the head tag is always included inside the HTML tag. So let's just write head. and close it also. So we have closed the head tag. If we want, we can mention a title over here which says HTML list and close it also. So now we have the title which as HTML list which will be displayed on the browser's title bar. Now let's move on to the next element, which is the body element. And this defines the document's body and is the container for all the visible content. This is where the content of the page goes and exactly how our list are going to be seen. So let's mention the body tag, which is again inside the HTML tag. We write body, and since we have started the tag, we should end the tag. Now, uh, let's make sure that all the tags which are written are also ended. And by this, our template is ready for the page. Now it's time to add some content. If we run this website right now, everything is going to be blank because we have not added anything in the body tag, which is the content. So now we'll move on to lists. We can see that lists are of two types. One is ordered list and the other is unordered list. So ordered list is basically where you have the list items ordered according to the numbers, and therefore it is called as the ordered list. While the other one has list items not numbered but they are represented by bullet points, and hence it's called as the unordered list. So HTML also allows us to create both these kind of lists, and not only that, it allows us to style them also. So first we'll try to code and create the same list that we can see over here. So starting with the ordered list, you can see that I have mentioned over here a tag OL. So for ordered list, the tag OL is always used. You can remember it as the initials of the words. So O for ordered, L for list. So let's go to the body tag and write OL. So this means that we want an ordered list, but we have to end it also. So we will end the tag. Okay. Now, inside the list, we have list items. So you can see I've written LI as the tag, where L is for list and I is for item. So how many ever items I have to write the LI tag. Let's write the first list item by saying LI and say item 1. And don't forget to close it. Uh, Adding another item by writing LI tag item 2 and then closing the tag. So with this, we have created an ordered list with two list items, which is item 1 and item 2. Let's run it and see if our list is created. And there we go. We have an ordered list with the numbering 1 and 2. Now, let's see how to create an unordered list. It is exactly the same with just a minute difference. Here, unordered list is represented with the UL tag. U is for unordered and L is for list. So let's write UL tag, close the UL tag, and now we need to add the items inside the tag. So the items are added by writing the LI tag and saying item 1 and closing the LI tag. Then writing the LI tag again for the second item. Don't forget to close it. And now let's run it. If you can see on the right hand side, we have an unordered list with bullet points. So this is how easy it is to create the ordered and the unordered list. But now let's play around with these lists a bit. Instead of numbers, I want some alphabets, like as the list style. We don't have to worry because HTML allows us to style all the elements here. So let's just copy this code and paste it here. Now, instead of numbers, what if I want lowercase alphabets? So it's easy. I just have to write type, put an equal to sign. In quotes, I have to write the small letter A. And if I run it, you can see the magic. Now, instead of numbers, I have lowercase alphabets. Now, the same can be done for Roman numerals. Instead of lowercase alphabet A, I can write an uppercase alphabet I, and this will give me the list style as Roman numerals. So in this way, the list style can also be changed. Now, for unordered list, the same can be done. What if I want the type to be a square? So I can just write type, and in the quotes I can write square. Now let's run it, and we can see, oops, I think I wrote the spelling of square wrong. So make sure the spellings are right. Okay, now we can see there is a list style of square. Now this can be changed to a circle also. So let's try doing that too. Instead of square, let's write circle and run the code. And there we go. We have the list style as circle. So over here, I have given the different types that we can use for both ordered and the unordered list. Now, we have seen how to create ordered list, unordered list, and also how to style them. But now let's go one step further and complicate this a bit by trying to create nested list. What does a nested list mean? It means a list under a list. So it could be an ordered list inside an unordered list. Like we can see, there is an unordered list with list items 1 and 2. And inside the list item 2, we have an ordered list with 2 list items. This is super easy to create, and let's see how to do it. So suppose, let's just clear all this a bit. Yes. And now we have an ordered list over here and an unordered list. Okay. So we have the unordered list with two items, item 1 and item 2. Inside the unordered list, we can create an ordered list. So let's just write OL for ordered list, and always remember to close the tag, and then add the list items. Item 3, then item 4. And with this, and let's try and run it. And there we go. We have an ordered list inside of an unordered list. That's how simple this is. So, with this, we have covered the topic of the class. We learned about two kinds of list. One is ordered list and unordered list, and also the different ways to style them. We also went one step further to create a nested list. Now, it is important to evaluate your knowledge on this topic, and so I've provided some fun tasks over here. Please do try them out and reach out to me in case of any doubts or help. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead and keep healthy. Meet you all next time.